Hello everyone, this is IS127Unit4 recording. The Unit 4 recording this week is Chapter 7, Improving Web Design with New Page Layouts, and Chapter 8, Creating Tables and Forms. What are the benefits of using cascading style sheets on a website? Specify how cascading style sheets are used on a website. Try to add points not yet discussed by the class and provide specific examples. The initial post is due Wednesday by 11:59 p.m. Don't forget your APA reference and in-text citation. 2 replies are due by Sunday, at least 1 open-ended question and 1 reply. The Unit 4 assignment, apply your knowledge using HTML5 semantic elements, due Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So this is how the website looks to begin with. That's all there is to it. So first you're going to open the HTML file and add your and view it in the browser. And then you're going to add review the page. Now you see there's a title here, but it doesn't have anything between the title tags. So you need to add a title. You can just use Learn Web Page Design or whatever. If you don't add a title, you will get an error when you go to validate your files. Then you're going to modify the comment with your name and the date. Oh, it doesn't show the date on there, but it says the date. And then you're going to, in the footer, you're going to replace student's name with your name. And see, it will show up here where it says student's name. Then you're going to open the CSS file and modify the comment at the top with your name and today's date. Then you're going to go back to the HTML file, add a section element within the main element. So in your HTML file, there is already a main element. So in the main element, you're going to add a section element. This is what a section element looks like. And then you're going to add a heading within the section element. So after the first section tag, you're going to add a heading to HTML basics and then close the heading. Then you're going to add 2 articles. Now each article has a title and then it has paragraphs. And then you close the article. Now both articles, so one after the other, and then the close of the section, so that both articles are inside the section. Then in the apply HTML file, you're going to add an aside, and it goes below the element. So it's going to be right below the closing of the main, right below the main element, the closing of the main. So you have an aside, which also has a title and a paragraph, and then a close. Then in the apply styles 07 CSS file, you're going to create the following style rules. Now this one is for the section element itself. This one is for the article, and this is one that's going to style the aside that you created. So when you get through, you have all of this. You have your articles, and you have your aside, and you have your name showing up down here. Then you're going to add appropriate comments above each style rule. Save all your changes and open the HTML in your browser. Validate your HTML file, validate your CSS file, and zip all the files together and submit the one zipped folder. The Unit 4 midterm is called Apply Your Knowledge Using Tables. It's due Sunday at 11:59 p.m. You're going to open the HTML in your text editor and review the page. And this is all that's on the page, just designed by student's name. There's nothing else. You're going to modify the comment at the top to include your name and today's date. Replace student's name with your name at the footer. So this is what is is in the footer, designed by, and it should have your name. And don't forget to add a title again. I don't see that it specifically said, oh, add a title. I'm not sure if it added an instruction or not, but I added it. Because if you don't add a title, you will get an error. Then you're going to open the CSS file and modify the comment with your name and today's date. And then in the apply HTML file, you're going to go back to the HTML file and add a table element within the main. Again, we already have a main, so then you add a table element. This is the table element. Then you're going to add a caption in the table element. So after the first table tag, you're going to add a caption of 2017 sales by quarter, and then in the caption. Then still in the HTML file, we're going to add elements to our table. So table elements. This is a table element, TR, and then the TR tag. And then inside of them, you have your your elements in your table element. So you add all of these, and then this one is the last one in the table. And then you have your main closing. So then you're going to go back to the CSS file and create some style rules. One for the table, one for the table TR, TH, and TD, and then one for the TD, and one for the caption that you did. So if we go back, here's the TH, and here's the TD. Now I know in the instructions it doesn't show the code this way, but this is actually how you're supposed to do for the $sign. So again, you're going to add appropriate comments for each style rule. You can just do it above style for table or whatever. So when you get through, this is how it's supposed to look. So this is the order that they're supposed to be in along the side, and then the quarters. Then you're going to save all your changes and open the HTML file in your browser. You're going to validate your HTML file and your CSS file, zip all the files together, and submit the zipped folder. That's all I have for this week. If you have any questions, please let me know. Come on.